To get soil this rich, you don't need a factory. We are going to build the exact system you need to create this dark, crumbly compost right in your own backyard. The process relies on a traditional Sri Lankan layering technique. When executed correctly, it produces compost that meets strict national agricultural standards in exactly 2 months. It starts with basic agricultural byproducts. You need a carbon source, like the dried paddy straw left after a rice harvest, alongside fresh green weeds. By utilizing these specific, readily available plant materials, you can process standard yard debris into a scientifically balanced fertilizer. Step 1 relies on your local climate. Before you start layering, you have to choose between building a raised heap or a sunken pit. In areas with heavy rainfall, like Sri Lanka's wet or intermediate zones, use the heap method. Building above ground allows drainage, preventing waterlogging. In the dry zone, water retention is priority. The pit method captures and conserves ambient moisture. Once you select your site, thoroughly loosen the base soil with a garden fork before adding any organic material. This loosened dirt creates an open gateway, allowing earthworms and beneficial ground microbes to migrate upward out of the soil and straight into your compost. If you ignore your local climate zone or skip the foundation prep, the decomposition process will stall before you even place the first layer. Now build the foundation. Lay down a thick layer of dry paddy straw or dried plant debris. This carbon base is the primary energy source for microbes. Next, add a layer of fresh, green plant material directly on top. In Sri Lanka, the ideal plant is Gliricidia sepium, known locally as Guinea cereus. It is a powerful nitrogen-fixing tree that accelerates the entire process. Wild sunflower is an excellent alternative, carrying high concentrations of nitrogen and phosphorus. This green layer provides the sudden nitrogen spike microbes need to rapidly multiply. Stacking the dense, wet leaves directly on top of the dry, airy straw also automatically regulates the moisture levels inside the pile. This specific combination of dry agricultural waste and fresh local weeds creates the precise carbon-to-nitrogen ratio required to trigger hot, rapid decomposition. To activate the pile, sprinkle cow dung, goat manure, or cured compost over the green layer. This microbial culture introduces millions of active bacteria to consume the carbon and nitrogen. Finally, cap the structure with a thin layer of topsoil. Finally, you must cover the pile tightly with a polyethylene sheet. The color of this sheet dictates success or failure. It must be black plastic. Clear or white plastic will not generate the correct thermodynamics. Black polyethylene absorbs outside solar radiation, while trapping the natural heat generated by multiplying microbes inside. This drives the internal temperature to extreme highs. By sealing the structure perfectly, you transform a loose stack of garden waste into an active, high-temperature biological engine. The system is now running. Your only job is to leave the pile completely alone for the next 2 months. Underneath the black cover, an intense, invisible process of microbial breakdown and moisture regulation is happening continuously. When you open the pile after 8 weeks, the bulky raw materials will be gone. In their place, you will find perfectly balanced, nutrient-dense compost. Gathering your local straw and weeds today is a direct investment in the long-term health and fertility of your soil.